Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to teach you is called the 5P Story Proof Framework. And if you've seen this before, what I've put together for you now is 150 times better. Trust me. And if you haven't seen it, this is going to blow you away. So this framework is designed to help you create ultra relevant and undeniably magnetic content. How many of you would like to be able to write a piece of content where your ideal client goes, "Oh my God, that's speaking directly to me"? Sandon, yes. Let me know in the chat. How many of you would like to be able to have a way to share your story in a way where it gets people to want what you have? How many of you would like to be able to create more relatability? How many of you would like to get more sales, more leads? How many of you would like to stand out from the crowd? Is there any more that you could want? Lol. Okay. So this process works really well because it serves the two purposes of marketing: to make it easy for the right person to find you and to let people know about your stuff. Now, what I'm going to share with you is a structure for creating content where you either A, share your story, or B, describe your dream team member's situation. How many of you follow? So again, let me repeat. This will help you share your own story and or describe your dream team member's situation. Also, I'm going to share with you a framework that has 5Ps. This framework and these principles will help you create every piece of content that you create. So the framework that I'm going to share with you now can be one entire post, but the understanding of why we use each of these Ps will help you create all types of content. If that doesn't make sense to you now, it will. And if it does make sense, it'll make even more sense as I go through this. Does that sound good? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and explain each one briefly, and then I'm going to go back into each one, open it up, and give you guys even more detail. Actually, I might even go through this briefly, and I might do a live example with you guys, and then I'll come back and give you the examples because I think that'll be really good, and then we'll do it. Okay, so person. What's the first question that everyone asks when they come across one of your pieces of content? Why should I consume this content? That makes sense? So they see a post of Lean's and they're going to ask, well, why should I consume this? Why should I care, Bianca? Now, guys, is it possible to have a great piece of content that's really valuable that somebody may not decide to consume? Yes or no? Yes. So how valuable is a piece of content if you can't get somebody to consume it? So what we want to do with every post, ideally at the beginning as soon as possible, is we want to make it clear who this post is for. Type breakthrough in the chat. I haven't even told you what this is yet. Okay, so I will give you an example. All right. So if you're a nurse that's looking to transition into online business and learn how to make money online, read this post. If you're a nurse wanting to make money online, would that headline increase or decrease the likelihood that that nurse would consume your post? Increase. Okay. And also, if the person following was a 20-year-old tradie, what would it do with that person? Disqualify them, right? So again, what's the purpose of marketing? Make it easy for the right person to find you. So the reason why we want to make it clear who we're speaking to is to make it what? Easy for the right person to find you. So again, as an example, hey, if you're in a Enagic and you want to grow your business to 50,000 a month, ... Who's probably going to consume that post? An Enagic distributor want to make 50,000 a month. How many of you follow? Show of hands. Is this complicated? No or no? Cool. I just want you to get it. Okay. Second thing is we want to describe the problems that either yourself or your ideal client is facing. So for example, If I say, if you're an ad, you want to do 50,000 a month, and I say, I've been speaking to people recently and they've been struggling with one of two things. One, they just don't have enough leads. Two, they're struggling to duplicate. How many of you on this call today are struggling with leads or struggling to duplicate? So when you hear me describe that problem, what does that do for you? Number one, it makes you feel like that I'm speaking to you because I understand what you're going through. Number two, it agitates, it puts focus on the pain that you're experiencing, and it agitates you, causing you to want to get a resolution, causing you to want to read the post. Type breakthrough in the chat. So relatability, putting a focus on the pain, yeah, agitating you, making you want to read because you're like, well, what's the solution? Okay. Perspective. This is where you can share your perspective or your story to create relatability. So, for example, I can 100% relate to that. I remember when I first started in my business and I would post and no one would like or comment on it. I had no leads, I had no team, and I felt completely alone. When I share that with you guys, how does that make you feel? And what does it create? It probably makes you feel more connected and it probably creates relatability. Am I right? Because all of a sudden it's not, hey, Tracy, like I'm better than you. It's, hey, Tracy, I've been you. So then you see me as someone that can help you because how many of you have ever had someone that they just seem too perfect and you can't relate to them because you feel like they just don't understand your situation? I'll come back to your question, Amanda. Then fourth is process. So, okay, cool. That is why I decided to get started with the Freedom Arrow. That's why I invested into Enagic. That's why I have began my journey with Fearless Entrepreneurs. And so then you describe what it is that you're doing. Now, here's the thing, guys. If I just please listen to this because I want you to connect the dots here. If I say to you guys here, if you're on Enagic, you want to get to 50,000 a month and you're struggling with leads and duplicating, and I've been there before, and that's why I created the legacy movement. What perception do you have of the legacy movement? That it's the what to your problem and goal. Paige, awesome, the solution. So if I say to you, if you want this goal and these are your problems, then I say, this is what I created or this is what I'm doing. Immediately you go, oh, wow, maybe that's what I need to do. So you create a connection in the reader's mind or the watcher's mind that if they want this goal and they're struggling with this must be the solution. Again, you can type breakthrough any stage. So again, I want you to understand why we're doing this, not just the script. Yes, this would be a conversion post if you followed it all the way through. Then promise at the end, we want to, for example, so if you want to grow your business to 50,000 a month and start getting more leads so you can duplicate, comment the word legacy below. So you're telling them what your promise is and you're telling them what you want them to do next. How many of you felt really engaged, felt what I shared was really relevant, and you kind of went on that roller coaster of, wow, I want 50,000 a month. Oh, my man, I want leads. Oh, I can relate to Owen. Oh, wow, the legacy movement. What's that? Oh, my God. Okay, I should reach out to Owen. Okay. All right. So I want to do a really, really quick example for you guys. Then I'm going to open this up, go into a bit more detail, and then we're actually going to do it. So who is someone that Actually, I'm just gonna use you as the example here. Is that okay? Is that okay, Ashley?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're just gonna do this really quickly. So I'm gonna go through this. So before you started in Enagic, how would you have described yourself?
Teacher, coach.
Let's just do this from the perspective of when we created our power statement a couple of weeks ago. What did you write down?
I help parents find more freedom by working online.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll say mum.
Yeah.
Just for now, just for the purpose of this. Now, as a mum, before starting with Enagic, what were the two main pain points or problems you're experiencing?
Not enough energy and not enough money.
Okay, no energy, no money. Fantastic. Now I'm going to write perspective. Now, how did that make you feel?
I guess not enough.
Just elaborate on that a little bit. So when you're feeling like as a mom, having no energy, no money.
Yeah, just not being able to be the best parent I could be. Not having energy to, work out or take care of myself.
Wonderful. And then when you started, what was the platform or community that you joined?
Evolution Era.
Okay. Evolution Era. Amazing. And what did you say your current power statement is?
I help parents find more joy, fulfillment, and freedom by working online, having online income.
Awesome. So I should have written this before. Mums wanting to make money online. And so you said joy, freedom, and what?
Fulfillment.
By making money online.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I just did then with Ashley is I just got her to write down. So the exercise that we're going to do in a moment is your own story, right? So at first I just asked her to write down who she was. Now we did with the identifying your ideal client exercise a couple of weeks ago. I just want you to write down who you were before you started. Might be nurse, might be coach, whatever it is that you wrote down. For Ashley, it's a mum wanting to make money online. Secondly, I asked her, well, what were the two main problems that she was experiencing then? For her, it was not having enough energy and not having enough money. I then asked her, how did that make her feel? Which is her perspective, right? So feeling not good enough, struggling to be the best parent, work out or take care of herself. By the way, any other mums on this call right now, can you relate to that? Type yes in the chat. I just wanted to show how powerful this is, even just before we've even freaking done anything. Process, I asked her, well, cool. What did she invest into? It's the Evolution Era. And then for the promise, I just asked her, well, what is her power statement, which is joy, freedom, and fulfillment, creating money online. So how many of you would like me to show you how you can turn this into a post using the 5P story proof framework? All right, so let's do it. So if you're a mum wanting to learn how to make money online and you're someone that really struggles with not having enough energy and not having enough money, I totally get it. Because I know when I first started out, I just really felt like I was not good enough struggled to feel like I couldn't be a good enough parent or even find the time to work out or take care of myself. That's why I decided to start my online business and join the Evolution Era. So if you're reading this and you can relate to any of that, and you're someone that wants to create joy, freedom, or fulfillment in your life by learning how to start an online business, make money online, reach out to me. Type boom in the freaking chat. We haven't even got started, guys. Ashley, was that helpful for you?
Super helpful. I love how simple this is.
Yes, yes, yes. So I really want to give you the mindset and I want to give you the structure. So can we give Ashley a round of applause or some spirit fingers for being that little example for that? Awesome, wonderful work. Now, let's just continue really quickly. So now what I want to do is I want to unpack this a little bit, and then we're all going to go and do what Ashley just did as an example, and we're going to write our own post really quickly. So when we look at person, right? Detail the exact person you're speaking to. So if you're sharing your own story, then you're going to talk about yourself. But if you were doing this to speak to your ideal client, you would describe who that is. So for example, the alternative might be, like if Ashley's doing herself, she would say, well, hey, like, you know, when I first started this, you know, I was a mum wanting to make money online. If she was speaking to her avatar, she might say, are you a mum that's wanting to make money online, as an example? And then what I've done here in this document, which I will allow you to go through later, is I've given you an example of what the first line could look like if you are sharing your story. So here's why I left my nursing career to pursue my passion as an online entrepreneur. Then what I've also done for each one is I've shared 3 examples of what it might look like as you're speaking to your ideal team member. How many of you follow me so far? So for example, here, if you're a network marketer who wants to hit their first 10K month in the next 90 days, then see you, Lean, read this post. Powerhouse women. If you want to build your own online business and get out of a job. How many of you follow? Awesome. Problem. Okay, like I said before, describe the problem that you or your ideal client are currently facing. Okay, this puts focus on the prospect's pain, which simultaneously increases the likelihood of the desire to change. It also creates relatability by you describing what you and or they are struggling with. Again, I have given examples here of what you could say. For example, when I was nursing, I had no time. I hated myself, and I felt undervalued and appreciated. Speaking to your ideal client, I've got 3 examples. Perspective. Same deal, creates relatability by you sharing your story and perspective. Again, what I've done is I've created 4 examples there for you. Process. That's when I found the Freedomer and made the decision I was going to create a future that I loved. Or that's why I decided to join Fearless Entrepreneurs, so I could be surrounded by other powerhouse women who are building real businesses and make money online, to tap into a proven system that you can help me achieve my goals, create the financial and business independence and freedom I've craved. So I've given you a few different flavors of this. And then lastly, promise. If you too are looking for a way to transition out of your career and how to make money online, comment the word money below or reach out to me privately. If you want to feel empowered while building your business so that you can make much more money online, reach out to me now. And then what I've done underneath here is I've given you full post examples. So what you'll notice is I've taken the person, problem, perspective, process, and promise for each of the 4 examples above and put them into a full post. Do you guys love that? Yes or no? Is this good in the way that I've structured this? So you can see each example put into a full post. The first one is sharing your own story. The other 3 are speaking to your avatar. Now, one quick disclaimer, so please listen to this. I have shared examples so that you can see this in its most basic form. How many of you noticed with the example with Ashley, it was just short, it was sweet. It was like 5 lines. The post was 5 lines, right? You could write a freaking essay with this structure. You could write a 5-line post. Yeah. And there's many different things that you can do with this. For the purpose of the demonstration, the examples there will be short and sweet. So you can see how you could just very easily speak to each of those points. How many of you follow? But again, a script is only training wheels. I'm hoping, my prayer for you is that by understanding the reason why we include each of those points, you can start to, over time, become more creative with it. It's not about just being script. It's about understanding why we hit each of those points. And over time, you can write as long or as short a post as you want. You can also use the same structure in a video.